Welcome back, everybody. We are heading out on another trip, and we're just getting started, just leaving the neighborhood, and Tracy's going to tell you where we're going.
We are going to Skidaway Island in Savannah, Georgia.
And that's a state park?
It is a state park.
Cool. All right. Well, we've never been there before, but it's supposed to be nice. In fact, you can frequently see it listed as one of the top 10 state parks in Georgia. So anyway, stick around and we'll be back in a little bit.
Here we go. 95 north for 138 miles. First trek is the hardest for me, going over this bridge.
Tracy comes by her fear of bridges honestly because I'm a water lover, and I have never driven across a bridge that I didn't enjoy doing some sightseeing, which usually freaks her out just a little bit. This morning's trip was quite the adventure, and one that I'd rather not repeat, but I'll share some more details with you a little further into the video. We've never been to this state park before, but it was obvious that this visitor center was a brand new structure. It was very nice and had a nice interpretive center inside to share more information about the park. This display is a replica of a giant ground sloth that was excavated nearby. This really has fascinated people in the area because it was thought by scientists that this mammal only inhabited South America. Each of these glassed-in displays housed a different type of snake that inhabit this area of Savannah. Yep, there's one that's out. Carter's. Look at the turtles. And for all of you turtle lovers, we kind of think this is maybe how baby turtles are made, although we're not 100% sure what was going on here.
Come on, do it. Are you pointing that at me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Folks, we are all set up at Site 14, which is very nice. It's what they call a pull-through horseshoe. So the main road's out there. You just pull in off the road, and then the living side of the trailer opens up to the campsite. Well, we're sitting here at the campsite drinking adult beverages and eating comfort food because today was a fiasco. And real quick, I pulled out of the driveway at the house today and forgot to disconnect the electrical cord, which plugs into the back. And I didn't know it until we were 70 or 80 miles down the road. Thankfully, as I pulled away, it just popped off the back and was laying in the driveway, according to a neighbor. So anyway, we had to go buy a new one. So that was a bit of an adventure. And then we went into the camper while we were at Camping World to make a sandwich, and the refrigerator door had come open and stuff was on the floor. And then we got here to the campsite and I forgot to put the wheel chocks down, and after I disconnected from the truck, the trailer rolled forward and crashed down pretty hard on the tongue. So anyway, it has been an eventful day, and I guess we should be thankful because we've made a bunch of trips so far and have not had any issues. So I guess sooner or later it had to happen. But anyway, so that was our day, and we're hoping that the next few days that we're here at Skidaway Island State Park will be a little nicer than what we just experienced. So stick around. In addition to videography, Tracy and I enjoy photography, and here we are trying out a new telephoto lens that we purchased, and really helps get a close-up view of some of the beautiful animals that we see while we're camping. We are headed into the historic district of Savannah. We're going to try to have lunch at Paula Dean's restaurant and enjoy some good southern cooking, and let you know how that goes. So we made it to Savannah, and now we are looking for Paula Dean's. Hi, lunch for two?
That's fine. Just go ahead and hit the elevator right there. We're in. They'll put you right upstairs. Elevator to the third floor.
Third floor, okay, thank you.
It's also another party restaurant. But I was on it.
That's interesting. Some friends of ours from church had just been to Savannah recently and had dined here at Paula Dean's and said that the food was delicious, but the place was packed. But when we arrived this Wednesday afternoon, it was empty. Where is everybody?
We are usually kind of slow learning.
Are you? Well, that's good.
Yeah.
We were hoping it wouldn't be hectic.
Like, you know, for people who...
So good. Does that look good?
So good.
Give us your assessment of the lunch.
Well, those biscuits.
The biscuits were amazing. And
Cheesy, buttery, garlicky.
the fried chicken was incredible too.
Yeah.
It was excellent.
I was hesitant on fried chicken because usually people say it's the best fried chicken. It's not seasoned well. This was seasoned perfectly.
Yes. Very good. Glad we went.
I'm not blind to trusting that thing.
After lunch, we decided to burn off some calories and headed down towards Savannah's beautiful waterfront, right along the river.
I think. Oh, Lordy.
You want to do this, or you want to go? Good. How are you?
Where you from?
Jacksonville. Tracy and I love Savannah. It holds a special place in our heart because it was the location of our first trip together as a couple. We stayed at the Hyatt Regency, which you see there, and had a magical dinner at the Pink House. You'll see the Pink House a little while later in the video. You definitely should try it out, and if you're there in the evening, they have a basement lounge with live entertainment, and it is really worth the visit. There's the Pink House.
Oh, look at there. It's below that. They have the
A little bar.
Oh my gosh, that was magical.
Okay. Savannah is such a beautiful, old, historic southern town, but one of the most notable features is that the downtown area was laid out around these beautiful squares. They have gorgeous old-growth oak trees draped in moss, fountains, statues, and of course plenty of park benches to plop down on and just enjoy the outdoors. This particular square features a statue of John Wesley. He was a clergyman that lived in England in the 1700s and is credited with starting the Methodist Church. We're making our way back to our truck that was parked in an underground parking garage, and to add to the misadventure of this trip, we found a parking ticket under the windshield wiper. We had parked in a spot designated for oversized vehicles, and I have a large pickup with 4 doors, so that seemed appropriate. However, we read the fine print on the sign when we got back, and it said your truck had to be at least 7 feet tall, which mine was not. After returning to the campground, we decided we probably should burn off some more calories from that big lunch, so here we're walking on the 3.1 mile Big Ferry Trail. And as you can see, it's not only a hiking trail, but is also a bike-friendly trail.
Hello.
Skidaway Island was known during Prohibition as one of the areas where bootleggers would make moonshine. And at the midpoint of this trail, there is a still that remains. And you can see the evidence where the police chopped holes in it with axes. Eventually you're going to come to an observation tower that is out on the marsh, and you can get up on the second level and have a nice vista of the Intracoastal Waterway and of course the maritime forest behind you and then surrounding salt marsh. Are you actually taking a picture?
No.
Okay.
I'm looking
Because
see if
it'll
I can get a good.
because it'll click.
I've taken a few.
Yeah, it'll make a louder noise.
Just seeing if there's a good shot in there that I like. From up here, I feel like it's just you get the wide stance of it.
The next morning, we got up early before it got warm and went to the visitor center so that we could try out the Sandpiper Nature Trail. This starts out on a boardwalk above a wet marsh and eventually leads back into the maritime forest and eventually to a trail called the Avian Trail, which in turn leads down to the Intercoastal Waterway. What you see?
Crabs.
Just those little fiddler crabs?
Yeah.
These tidal creeks are scattered throughout the property and are filled with wildlife. We saw lots of bait fish and crabs. This was a very peaceful hike this morning. There were only a couple other people that we saw while we were out, and As the name avian implies, there were lots of birds. In fact, we had the privilege of seeing a bald eagle. If you're an RVer and you're contemplating visiting Skidaway Island State Park, click on the link in the upper left-hand corner and I'll give you a more detailed video tour of the campground.